Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ursula Husnurida with matric number 1815482.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Qalita Muhammad Marsudin with the matric number 1812764.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Munira binti Anwar and my matric number is 1739302.
Hi, my name is Adlina Tika and my matric number is 1917598. So today we will be explaining about fear of missing out or FOMO. In this digital age, there are currently 4.8 billion social media users worldwide, with 20.83% of them using TikTok. The evolution of social media such as Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok is associated with the development of a phenomenon called fear of missing out, FOMO. FOMO can be defined as the feeling of anxiousness people experience when they believe they are being left out of exciting activities that others are currently enjoying. It is strongly correlated with media psychology, which is defined as a scientific study of how mass media can affect individuals or society. FOMO is known to have its source from the introduction of gadgets and technology. Since technology helps people in so many aspects of their lives, people are more likely to depend on their smartphones, which is making them more vulnerable to FOMO. A study conducted in 2020 shows that teenagers tend to compare themselves with other people on social media. This has led them to follow the current trends in order to fit in. This is highly related to FOMO. This is worrying as it can lead to negative consequences, especially if it involves Muslims. Other past studies have also proved that FOMO is a serious issue that needs to be tackled immediately. For example, a study was conducted that shows FOMO can harm the physical and mental well-being of students, can lead to fatigue, stress, and decreased sleep time, and is highly correlated to depression and smartphone addiction. Therefore, fear of missing out, or commonly known as FOMO, with its significant relationship with social media, can have detrimental impacts towards the younger generation, specifically those who are Muslim.
FOMO can happen through any type of social media: Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, and TikTok. They influence the user's daily behaviors. Based on worldwide research from Sinhei and US data from Forbes in 2021, TikTok and Instagram Reels, which are more similar to TikTok, is more popular among youths at the age of 12 to 17 years old. But not only youths, young adults in their 20s also follow trends in social media due to fear of missing out. However, people with FOMO feel that they have to do what others do so that they're not the one left out, like following TikTok trends that is inappropriate or can harm themselves and others, or feel the need to follow every new music and new dance move in social media because everyone else does it. Another problem with FOMO, it had impacted youth to waste time on phone. It affects them to neglect important duty that needs to do at home, work, and in school learning. Following new trends due to FOMO also teach underage kids to think of something cool to copy, but actually isn't. Based on research, a lot of TikTok trends have caused a number of people rush to the emergency room, caused the death of 2 children, urge youth to vandalize public property, disappoint parents, teachers, and community, and can also set fire in the neighborhood. Based on this, youth tend to be reckless, not thinking through their actions whether it's beneficial or dangerous. Because with FOMO, it's about not wanting to miss out. Youth only think about being part of a group, but not thinking about the future effect it'll do to them and to the people around them. Lastly, when a mistake is made by someone in the public eye, TikTok is quick to cancel them, causing degrading morals to be normalized in public. And this can lead to a lack of sense of Amar Ma'ruf Nahi Munkar. Because when you remind others that they do is wrong, TikTok trends quickly cancels them, saying that this is what everyone does and it's normal. And this is not a good example, especially when TikTok has been a part of some Muslim lives. So what are the Islamic and secular POV towards FOMO?
The secular point of view. Science of Well-Being, a course provided by Yale University, stated that FOMO equals to social comparison, such as saying things like, why my life is not as cool as theirs, or why don't I have what they have, which is a bad thing. However, There are other views that say that FOMO can be a good thing depending on how a person views it. If FOMO helps motivate a person to reach their goals and move out of their comfort zone, then that's a good thing. An Islamic point of view, however, it is said that part of the perfection of one's Islam is his leaving that which does not concern him. So Islam not only encourages us to strive to do what is good and beneficial, but to also leave whatever does not concern him, i.e. things that are not necessary. So when you feel like you're missing out, or before you start following a trend, ask yourself this: is this really something I want to be a part of? Is it in line with what I stand for? Or is this beneficial, or will I be wasting my time? If we keep comparing ourselves to others, there will always be someone better than us, someone richer than us. It is an endless cycle of self-destruction. Thus, Islam comes with a hadith that says, "Look at those who are beneath you and do not look at those who are above you, for it is more suitable that you should not consider as less the blessing of Allah." This is one of the teachings of Islam that teaches us how to be grateful by comparing ourselves to those unfortunate enough to not have what we have, instead of comparing ourselves to those who may appear to have more.
Moving on to the new perspective of FOMO, we have JOMO. So people come up with the concept of JOMO, joy of missing out, to combat FOMO. And the author of the book, The Joy of Missing Out, Sven Brinkman, wrote, "We should not be afraid of missing out. Rather, we should take pleasure in the simplicity and focus of a good human life." JOMO is all about not comparing our life with others and letting go of worrying whether we are doing something wrong. It allows us to enjoy and appreciate life as it is and give ourselves a break from social media and allow us to acknowledge and feel the emotions we feel, whether positive or negative. Another focus of JOMO is the act of disconnecting from social media or from using smartphones, whether it be voluntary or forced. So examples of forced disconnection would be sudden internet or power outage and restricted access to Wi-Fi or the internet. The perks of JOMO are it makes people happier, less stressed, less guilty of friends' criticism, and it also makes them feel free because they do not experience the typical guilt associated with being unavailable to others. Now, what can be done to avoid feeling left out on current trends or events? Some of the things a Muslim could do is to do constant muhasabah, also known as self-introspection, which is a combination of self-reflection, contemplation, and understanding oneself to become a better servant of Allah. In doing so, we learn to be grateful for what we have and do not have, know our own desires. We become more critical in carrying out Allah's commands. We get to experience being closer to Allah and improve our relationship with others. It is also said that those who do muhasabah are far from being hypocritical. According to Ibn Qayyim, there are two types of muhasabah. Firstly, before doing something, and secondly, after doing something. Since low self-regulation have a positive influence on social media addiction and poor learning experience, it is a good step to make students acquire and practice skills of self-regulation, which might help them control their levels of FOMO. Even though these findings focus on students, adults experiencing FOMO could also learn self-regulation to overcome this problem. Muslims are told to enjoy good and forbid evil. Therefore, we should warn others to not follow a trend that could harm others. On the other hand, if the trend is good, like raising awareness about certain issues, which is not conspiracies, we should encourage it. Next, pay more attention to own life goals because FOMO leads to self-neglect. Muslims, we know what is good and bad in the sight of Allah. Therefore, if FOMO makes one follow a trend blindly without thinking of its consequences, it reflects badly on the character and may tarnish the name of Islam. Even if the trend is good, one should do it for the sake of Allah and not for the sake of gaining likes, views, and followers. That's all from us. Thanks for watching.